Hello, everyone. This is the most magnificent bird, Beak, speaking to you today. And in today's video, I'm back at it with another character review. And this character review is going to be on Gold Mythic Byte. I hope I'm saying his name right, but that's what it looks like to me. Just Byte spelled with an Y instead of an I, how we would normally spell it. But yeah, I know this one is a few days late as well. And the reason for this one being late is because Krampus Carol's character review was also late, so that, you know, I knew this one was going to be late because the other one was late, but here we are now. We're going to go ahead and knock this out. So hopefully there isn't any more character reviews this week. Just please don't have any more until next week at least. But no one with Scopely, man. Who knows? You never know. But before we begin, I hope all of you are doing good and staying safe out there. I'm doing alright, and I'm staying safe for the most part. And yeah, let's not waste any more time. Let's go ahead and jump into this character review, shall we? Byte. New Old California. His trait is going to be strong. His role is going to be a tank. And his allegiance is going to be a member of the New Old California. That's the first time I think I've done a character review on New Old California, I believe. Maybe. But, okay. Let's take a look at his stats. His attack stat is 10,332. His defense is 18,367. And his HP is 28,699. Now let's take a look at his adrenaline rush. Healthy beatdown. The recharge rate is 66 AP, so that's pretty much the standard for most gold mythics. All fast and strong teammates get Guardian Shield. All alert and tough teammates get camouflage for 2 turns. Deal 10% of your living team's max HP as damage to a line of enemies. So, okay. Pretty straightforward. While it's pretty straightforward, we have a couple of things going on here. So, for all fast and strong teammates, they will get Guardian Shields. However, for all alert and tough teammates, they will get camouflage for 2 turns. Plus, he's going to be dealing 10% of his... He's going to be dealing 10% of the whole living team, you know, all of their max HP. If I'm reading that correctly, we've never had a damage of this amount, right? So deal 10% of your living team's max HP as damage to a line of enemies. Now, we've had tunes where, like, they would deal a certain amount of damage of their defense or their own HP, right? But not the whole living team's max HP, which is... That's kind of interesting, I'm going to be honest. So, it's pretty straightforward, you know, how they built this tune. It seems like the best way to get the most out of Byte is to have all 4 color traits. Fast, strong, tough, and alert. That way, nobody's missing out on anything, you know what I mean? And there's definitely tunes that you can, you know, you can have behind this tune that I think would work. So he's essentially a defensive rainbow leader, because you have the fast and strong, they're getting Guardian Shield, and alert and tough are getting camouflage. it sucks that not all the teammates are getting both, but that's why it would be best to try to incorporate all 4 color traits into the team with Byte as the leader. I know we haven't got there yet, but he is a defensive leader. And then plus, he's going to be dealing 10% of the living team's max HP as damage. That potentially could be... I don't know. That potentially could be a lot of damage. So that's going to be really interesting. So you got a lot going on here for all the traits. Plus, he could be doing a lot of damage, which is pretty surprising, honestly, for... You know, I'm very curious if anyone has this tune. How is that 10% of the living team's max HP as damage to a line? How does that work exactly? Is that working like... Is that really good? I mean, I don't know. If you have him, let me know. Feel free to let me know. I'd be very interested to know. So let's go ahead and take a look at the signature move. Toxic Shock. The initial cooldown is turn 1. 3 turns for the cooldown. Number of uses unlimited. All new Old California Allegiance teammates heal 75% of their max HP for 3 turns. When on the defense team, all teammates and enemies get 400% infection for 3 turns. Teammates get +1 infection duration for each new Old California Allegiance teammate. Okay, so I hope this is not a typo, a mistake by Scopely, but let's skip the first part. Okay, when on the defense team, all teammates and enemies get 400% infection for 3 turns. I get the enemies part. Is it actually teammates as well? I don't know, man. I mean, you know, it's good that it's going on the enemies, but the teammates, I'm not... Unless that was a typo they have yet to fix, then if that actually is meaning teammates and that isn't just some sort of typo that they haven't went and corrected, then I don't know. I don't know if this signature move is all that great. I mean, the only thing that could be positive for that is it seems like they want you to have a new Old California team around Byte, mostly. And the problem is, let me see, who can I think? Let me think of the new Old California tunes. I know Lady Z, Byte. I can't think of anybody else. Not right at the top of my head right now. I know there are more out there that are new Old California. No, you know what? Let's see. Byte, Lady Z, Ophelia. Who else? I don't know. That's 2 strong and 1 alert. So I'm not sure. Right now, there might be other ones that I'm not thinking of, but this signature move, I think, is really bad only if you don't have new Old California teammates on the team. However, it's really good if you have those new Old California Allegiance teammates on the team for that 75% of their, for that 75% heal for 3 turns, because if you don't have those new Old California teammates, you're pretty much shooting yourself in the foot, because not only are the enemies going to get infected, your team is going to also get infected, which is, I don't know, unless that's a typo, which I don't believe it is. I don't know, this is kind of an odd one. So, I don't know, man. Honestly, the Adrenaline Rush is actually pretty simple. It's not too bad. I don't know about this because it's limiting you to a certain allegiance. And see, I don't like when there are certain tunes or certain teams, certain roadmaps that limit you to a certain allegiance. See, I don't like that stuff, personally. So, I'm more so mixed on this signature move to, like, I think this is not that great. Just because it's locked... It's kind of locked behind a certain allegiance, so I don't know. Maybe you guys feel different, but that's where I stand on that. Now, let's take a look at his mythic abilities. Strength, 40% critical hit resistance. Yeah, I probably would go ahead and level this one up. No need to really talk about it because we got a couple of other ones to talk about. So yeah, strength, I think if you can, definitely level it up for sure. Weak gear. At the start of each wave, 2 enemies get minus 50% attack for 2 turns. Okay. Honestly, I don't know if it's like super important to level up weak gear immediately, but it wouldn't be bad to have it, but I don't know. We're gonna go into the other ones here in a second, and I'll let you guys know if weak gear is a necessary one, but I'm not really sure. Positive problems. When being attacked, reduce damage taken by 15% for each negative status effect on this fighter. Okay, so I actually think this one is a little bit better than weak gear because of his signature move where he's going to be infected, and then when he's being attacked, which most people are going to try to attack him, which is fair. You know, you're going to try to want to take care of him. When he's being attacked, he's going to be able to reduce damage taken by 15% for each negative status effect on this fighter. And let's just say if he has, you know, within those 3 turns, he has that infection, plus he could be impaired, taunted, confused, dazed, for example. You know, that's damage that's being reflected back, which is going to be pretty good, honestly. So, yeah, I think positive problems is already better than weak gear, in my opinion. Living sickly. At the start of each turn, all teammates with infection heal 50% of their max HP. Okay. So, living sickly actually might be his most important one. I think so. Because it's going to help out with the signature move. Because at the start of each turn, like it says, all teammates with infection heal 50% of their max HP. And it kind of maybe seemed like you needed all New Old California Allegiance teammates. I mean, that might not necessarily be the case, but it might be for the best. So I think Living Sickly is probably the best one out of his mythic abilities. Then Positive Problems, I think that would be one. It wouldn't hurt to have it, right? And then Weak Gear, honestly, I would worry about Positive Problems and Living Sickly first before I would Weak Gear. Just because I think Weak Gear is like the third most important one out of those 3 for sure. So yeah, so I think living sickly, I think could help counter the signature move a little bit. We'll see. I don't know of anybody that has this tune, so I'm just simply guessing at this point. I don't know. We'll see. Now, let's take a look at his leader skill. All teammates regain 150% more HP when healed All strong and tough teammates get 40% max HP. All fast and alert teammates get 40% defense. Okay, so you got a lot going on in this leader skill. So simply, he's very defensive without a doubt. Plus, all teammates regain 150% more HP when healed. So, you know, you might not necessarily have to have new old California teammates around him if you don't want to. You could if you want to, but not all 5 of them. I don't think would have to be required to be new old California. In fact, I actually like Byte's leader skill a lot better than I do Ophelia's leader skill, because the first part of that leader skill is going to help deal with the infection. So, living sickly, and then the leader skill is going to help out with the signature. Yeah, with the signature move. So, I actually really like that. If I was brand new, and if I was looking to build a defensive leader, I think I would want Byte as my defensive leader, potentially. And then I would try to get all 4... I would try to get tunes with at least all 4 colors on the team. Now, in what variations you would do that is up to you, but I would definitely try to have a strong, alert, fast, tough, all in the team somewhere. And then you would have to have one more of another one, but that, you know, that would be the point of his leader skill, to try to get all 4 colored traits in the team. That way nobody's missing out on anything, which is going to be a really good thing. Plus, all strong and tough teammates will get 40% max HP. That's okay, that's good. And this is where tough and strong are missing out. All fast and alert teammates get 40% defense. So there you go. That's why I would try to get all the 4 color traits in a team with Byte as the leader. That way nobody's missing out on anything. So I think it's a pretty good leader skill. It's pretty unique. We haven't had one like this, like the first part of it, I mean. We haven't had one like that, I don't think, ever in the game. Not that I can think of. Now let's take a look at his weapon. Byte's Robust Bladed Mic. 40% defense, 40% HP, improved taunt when hit. When being attacked, 60% chance to taunt the enemy for their next 2 turns. Heal 10% at the start of each turn for each debuff. Okay, wait a minute. Okay, heal 10% at the start of each turn for each debuff on this fighter. Okay, I thought I was seeing stuff, but alright. Okay, there we go. So, I guess he, his highest stat is HP, obviously. So that honestly might be the way to go. To go all in on his HP and try to get 55% HP. Or you could do a mix. You could do a mix of both defense and HP, and like depending on whatever mods you have. I don't know, it just all depends on your roster, what mods you have. Like, for example, if you don't have really good HP mods, for example, I would focus in on the HP on this weapon and then work on your defensive mods for sure. Or if you have really good HP mods, you could maybe do like what, 50% HP, 45 defense, or 50% defense, 45 HP. Or you could go all in on the defense, go all in on the HP, or you could do a mix of both the HP and defense. And then the fourth slot, Normally, I would say I would change that with something else, but the fact that, he's going to be dealing out infection to teammates and enemies, I actually would keep that 10% heal, just because every bit of healing you can get from this tune, it's going to help big time. So I would definitely keep that. And then here we go with improved taunt when hit. I think Krampus Carol had that as well. So the third slot, again, I probably would keep it, and I would mainly focus on defense or HP, or you could do a mix of both. But my recommendation, I probably would focus more so on the HP and maybe rely on really good defensive mods, or even mix and match those. And then it's kind of interesting that he's got a microphone as a weapon. A bladed microphone. I mean, he doesn't look like a singer, but who knows? Maybe he is the singer of some sort of rock band. I don't know, but, or maybe, to me, he looks like he works like for like a, I don't know, like an airport or something. Maybe he's like one of the people that are like outside, like when people are getting ready to board, like, and to take off, and you have people that are taking the luggage, like from, like, he might look like one of those people that are outside, like, helping transport the luggage onto the plane, right? That's like, to me, that's what he kind of would look like, but who knows? Maybe he is a singer and the zombie apocalypse started and he had to improvise with a weapon somehow, right? And he's just swinging his way to safety with that mic, man. You better watch out. So yeah, you see that little animation. I mean, I'm kind of disappointed because he's like hitting it like as if it's an axe or something like that, but like his artwork here is more accurate to how I would think he would have swung the weapon, but it is what it is. But yeah, I don't have much to say on this tune other than I can see why Byte is a promo tune, and I would be much more inclined to go for Byte if I was looking to build a defensive team and I didn't have a leader. Byte wouldn't be a bad leader to go for, honestly. And again, maybe he's the lead singer of a rock band. I don't know, and maybe that's just the way he wants to dress. But either way, his look is pretty simple to me. He looks like he works at an airport, like not like inside, but like, like still in the airport, but like he's helping transport luggage from the outside to the plane, like kind of like one of those people, right? Not like your typical security guard but he works like in the guard tower or something like that. I don't, I'm not an airport expert, but he doesn't look like he actually works in the main part of the airport, but like more so, maybe the radio tower of the airport or something like that, right? So yeah, I don't have much else to say on Gold Mythic Byte. What are your thoughts on Gold Mythic Byte? Have you pulled for him? And if you have, how are you enjoying him so far? And are you not going to pull for him? Whatever your thoughts are on him, let me know down in the comments below. I want to thank each and every one of you for stopping by and for your continued support. Or if you're new, welcome in for the first time. All of you are very awesome, and I thank you again. And don't forget to hit the bell and switch on all notifications so you know the second I upload to YouTube. I am Beak, and I'm gonna go fly away back to my nest. Until next time, bye guys.